What? All right. So anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. I don't know what happened to my normal introduction, but it doesn't seem to want to play. So I'll have to look into that. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. I have a great show scheduled with two awesome guests. Um, if you saw the Facebook post and the YouTube post, you know it's John Parsons is a drone pilot over in the UK, and we got Michael Wright coming on, and he's a experienced drone pilot from Texas. And Michael has a very interesting story to tell us and share with us. But anyway, it's good to see everybody. Thank you all. Like I say, it humbles me every week. You know, I wonder who's going to be watching and who's not going to be watching. I keep a list. No, I keep it. No, this is just the notes. I'm just kidding. But anyway, um, John, Connecticut Pirate, he was number one today. He checked in early this afternoon. And, John and Josh, they just started their own live stream recently on Monday nights at 6 p.m. It's called the Drone Rogues. And it was an awesome show the other night, really. For their first one, it was outstanding, really. I remember when I did my first live stream, I was so nervous. I was actually like shaking, shaking and sweating. But anyway, they did a great job. And Scott France was their first guest, and they're filling up Scott's, time slot. And I know they're going to have a very successful live stream. And while I'm talking about that, John is very involved with the Northeast Drone Meetup, also up in Rhode Island, and that's going to be held on September 5th to the 7th. It's free to go, and they got quite a few people signed up already. Last I heard, it was like 52 people. But anyway, I'm going, and I know Michael Wright's going because he's sharing my room with me, and I'm picking him up at the airport. But anyway, let me get on to the names. And Ron Johnson, he was number 2. How you doing, Ron? Good to see you. And Jim, he was number 3. How you doing, Jim? And then I know I saw TJ in the house. How you doing, TJ? Always good to see you. And Bud Bieber, he's watching. And we got Dusty and Frank Rizzo. How you doing, Frank? Am I allowed to say your alias? No, I'll leave you as Frank Rizzo tonight. But anyway, we got Thomas O'Sullivan watching tonight. He's watching all the way from Ireland. Good to see you, Thomas. And I tell you, and we got a superstar in the chat. Eddie Nunez is watching. How you doing, Eddie? So I had a Cybertruck shirt on all day today. We should call him Cybertruck Eddie. So, but anyway, I switched over to the 6th annual South Florida Drone Meetup shirt. And if you need any apparel, Jeremy Alms, who's also in the chat. How you doing, Jeremy? Good to see you. And he's handling the merchandise for us. And you can go to sfdmshop.com to get whatever merchandise you need. You might need a coffee mug, or he's got all kind of koozies. But anyway, enough of that. And feel like a salesman. But anyway, I would like you all, please. I'll get back to the name shortly. If I missed anybody, I didn't do it on purpose. But I would like you all to give a warm welcome to John Parsons. He's coming to us all the way from the UK. So, hey, John,
Hey, how you doing, Captain? All right?
good to see you. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live.
Thank you.
So, um, you put out some incredible videos, no doubt about it.
I try. I try my hardest. I mean, I still think I'm learning. I'm still thinking looking at different angles and different ways of doing things. But uh, I'm my biggest critic myself. I always sit here for hours editing through Premiere Pro and changing things around. But yeah, no, I just love what I do, Ray. You know what I mean?
Is that what you use primarily for editing, Premiere Pro?
Yeah, for everything. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I started using it 2 years ago, and I've been offered other things free, cheap, easier. But I don't know. Once I get stuck in my ways, I get stuck in my ways. So I just keep using the same software. So yeah, so that's what I use.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, still a basic iMovie type editor. Nothing fancy. Um, Very easy for me. I'm not very tech savvy, so. But anyway, we got Drone Oki in the house and Steve and Knowles. How you doing, Steve? Good to see you. Did I say hello to Bud Bieber? Yeah, I think I did. But anyway, so John, can you tell us how you became involved with drone flying?
Yeah, it's very simple. I have a media business called You Got This Media, which I've had for about I don't know about 10 years, which involves social media, involves posting, doing vlogs for clients, multimedia, videos, this sort of thing. And I outsourced it all. I outsourced all the photography and all the videos. And over a period of time, the quality of work coming back wasn't good enough. I thought, well, it can't be difficult. I'll do it myself. So the first thing I bought was a camera and did that for about 6 months. And then 2 years ago, I bought my first drone, which was the Mini Pro 4. And I flew it the first night, did some film, and I thought I was Steven Spielberg. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
this
you
is
sure.
fantastic, and that was it. I was hooked. And then so far, I've done 900 flights with the Mini Pro 4,
Wow.
and it's a fantastic drone. And I've also got 3 other drones over the last couple of years. So I started because the quality of work I was getting wasn't good enough, and I thought I'd do it myself. And that's why I've transitioned across to a lot more with the drone part of things as opposed to the media part of things.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, the little bit that I've heard about flying in the UK, it seems like the regulations are a little easier or less restrictive for a mini drone. Is that true?
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, although it's changing later in the year, I believe that the larger size drones will be able to fly within 50 meters. But I think most of the work that I do, as you probably see from the show reel, is that I keep it a bit of distance. I try and be a bit creative. I try and do things that are live. So if that ship is moving now from there to there, it won't wait for me. You have to film it, or the
Exactly.
fireworks, all those sort of things. So, but yeah, restrictions are a little bit easier. We do have a few auditors going around causing a few headaches for us. But I actually work with the Somerset and Avon Police Department and their drone departments on
Oh,
events. So in the UK, in November, we have these famous carnivals in the West Country. And I actually sit in the control room with the police,
oh,
with
do
other
you?
pilots, and we film the events. So I have a very good relationship. I mean, for example, we had Glastonbury last week, the festivals,
Nice.
and
That's
they were there. I didn't fly there; we weren't part of the team. But so it's nice to have those individuals on the end of the phone to find out, hey, can I do this? What's the legislation regarding this and this? But I, I think it's quite simple to read the rules. I haven't fallen foul of any at the moment. I've not had anybody approach me or give me a hard time. So, but
yeah.
wherever you are, you do see a few idiots around that are just sending it and wanging it and
I
causing
know.
trouble. But that's wherever you go.
Yeah, giving us a bad name. I know.
Yeah,
You hate to see that, you know.
but it happens.
But it's funny because last night, I should say, before I went on the Fly for Fun show, I went down to a car show, a classic car show,
Yeah.
and I decided to send up my drone. And I debated whether or not to put on my safety vest. And I said, I'm going to leave it. I'm not putting it on because I don't want to make myself that conspicuous. But I wasn't flying anywhere near the people or directly over the cars. I was using the Zoom. And now, do you wear a safety vest when you fly?
Most of the time, yeah. I mean, a lot of the time is recreational, but if I'm doing client work, it's always on. The drones, the area comes out, the mat comes out, the high vis comes on. But I use, for example, Chat GPT to do all my safety, to do all my risk analysis and this sort of thing. So I pull it all off. I have it all printed off and drone assist. So I've got the £5 million public liability. So it's all pretty sorted. The client gets a copy before I start. I ask any questions. We talk about a brief, a safety briefing, and away we go. But it's funny because when I'm actually doing client work in a large park or whatever, you get loads of more people coming up to you.
Right. Yes.
What are you doing? Well, brilliant. Where can I see your footage? So I've got a whole wad of business cards I have in my bag. And if I go out and do a job somewhere, I'm always handing out maybe 10, 15 cards and starting to grow my subscribers.
Yeah. No, that's good to do that. I do that myself. I have my little business cards but I'm more than happy if I can to explain to people how the drone works and the way
Yeah.
it flies, and the video is incredible and the photographs are incredible, and I've got a couple people hooked. Actually, in the past 2 weeks, two people went out and bought drones.
Yeah. Funny enough, when I first bought the Mini Pro 4 2 years ago, I went to two locations. One was called Sandbanks Chain Ferry, which is near Bournemouth and Poole on the south coast. And when I was there, this young chap was there with a drone. And 2 years on, I went back there to do some more filming, and he was there. And I said, well, where have you been? What have you done for 2 years? Nothing. So he says, I want to do the cruise ships in Southampton. So I said, right, Wednesday, I'll meet you there. So I went there on Wednesday with him, and we filmed 5 cruise ships coming out.
Nice.
He was the happiest guy. I didn't have to do that.
No.
But, I want to try and give out and give back to something like that. And
Right.
and now he's bought himself a car, and now he's going, hey, I'm going everywhere now. So for me, that's a win. That's a win for me anyway. I love that sort of thing.
No, that's great. Yeah. You got to be an ambassador for drones, and drone flying. And our big focus we have is to try to get children involved in flying drones. So we do that at the South Florida Drone Meetup, and hopefully we'll have more children than we had last year attend. And
I've got a good friend who's currently got a meeting tomorrow raising money for schools for education on drone safety, but to get them into drones, but actually understand what that safety applications are and the rules around who owns the drone, who can fly the drone, or what age and that sort of thing. But I said to him, I'll try and help out wherever possible, but I shall wait and see how that progresses.
Now, do you know Steve Gardner? You know Steve, right?
Yeah, there's Steve.
Yeah. Okay. He's coming to the 6th annual South Florida Drone Meetup, right?
That was nicely played. That slides in.
Yeah. But anyway, he's come now. 2 years. 2 years. He's been for the past 2 years. He came. First year he came with Terry, the horse from Spain, and then last year he brought his lovely wife Haley. But he's already signed up for the list for 2026. So him and Haley are coming back. But this is your personal invitation to join us if you got the time. And I know you'll enjoy it. You will.
Yeah, I've been to Florida about 15, 20, 30 times. I used to work. I've been in New York, worked in New York, lived in New York for about 6 months. So
did you?
America, but at the moment, most of my work is all UK. So
right.
Yeah, I will see if I can come out and see if I can.
Yeah,
I'll come out. Yeah.
But if there's anybody in the chat that don't know when the 6th annual South Florida Meetup is going to be, it's going to be on April 10th to the 13th at Jensen Beach Causeway Park in Jensen Beach. It's free to come. We already have our sponsored giveaway prizes starting to show up. and it should have put it closer so I don't have to reach. But anyway, we got Neos that we're gonna be giving away. um, and this one is from Connecticut Pirate. Thank you to John Gregory. Um, and this one is from Some Shirt Guy. And the other one on the table here is from Brad Berger of Berger Brothers Cameras here in Syosset. But anyway, we have others. And by the time this meetup gets close, I would fill the whole hour talking about the prizes we give away.
Sounds
But
good.
anyway.
Sounds pretty good.
So anyway, if you can make it, make it. But now might be a good time to show one of your videos. So let me see if I can cue it up without blowing the whole stream. And you can narrate over it if you want.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll go with that last one you told me about.
Longford Castle. So can you hear me now? Okay, still?
How's that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, can you? So this is the Longford Castle, which is near Salisbury in England, and Lord Radnor, who lives there, and he still lives there now, has never let anyone fly there at all in the last 15 years. So I pestered him and wrote to him and said, look, let me come in. And after many emails and letters, I was invited in as the first and still the only drone pilot to take off and land in the estate. Now, you can take a drone there and send it from a field half a mile away, but by the time you get there, your battery life, you can't get close in. But this is a spectacular place. I was there all day. I took 18 batteries and 4 drones, and I took as much footage as I could from every location, every angle. But it's a beautiful place.
It is. Look at this. It's incredible.
But it also has inside somewhere around 150 million pounds worth of art and a very intense security system. And they only do 2 tours a year. And on those tours, you can't take your phone, you can't go to the toilet, you can't get a drink. You simply turn up, they take you around, they show you, go on. But this is where the negotiations happened for. So Lord Radnor, his wife was Argentinian. And when we had the Falklands War crisis, the meetings with Margaret Thatcher at the time, the Prime Minister, and the Argentine held there, which not many people know about.
Wow, it's incredible footage.
Beautiful place.
Well, this is just more or less a tease. So now, if you guys want to watch the rest of that, you got to go to John's channel, Stunning Drones. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
Thank you.
So. Nice. Very, very nice. Really.
Thank you.
So I'm always so relieved when I get the stream back when I show a video. So, but so what drones do you have currently in your fleet?
Right. So I have 4 drones. I have a Mavic Pro 3, I have a Mini Pro 4, I have a Vata 2, and I have a Neo. And the Neo's more for fun, but I use that for small so if I'm filming a burger wagon with people driving and flying through the windows, that sort of thing, or past a coffee machine, then that's ideal. But yeah, so predominantly now I will be using the Mavic Pro 3 and the Mini Pro 4 for that's more of my commercial work. But yeah, they're the 4 drones that I use.
Yeah, that's a nice fleet. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, it covers all angles, really, so I'm happy with that.
You know, I ended up buying the Neo, and it's one of those things where so far I've flown it once. But it's one of those things where I got to get used to it, I guess. I just have so much fun flying my camera drones, you
I,
know.
I use the Neo for a lot of vlogging, or if I'm, for example, I was actually stopped walking into Arsenal Football Club stadium. I was filming with the Neo behind me with the old with microphone, and I was talking to Tony. You know Tony from
Yep.
the drone show, and we were walking in, and the drone was behind us, and the staff were going, "What the hell are you doing? You're walking around with some sort of drone behind you." So, but yeah, no. So it has its place. It is very useful. Um, I think it's better than people think, and especially with the goggles, you can get some good footage. But I always use that for close confine. If I'm going to hit something, then yeah. But to be fair, I got invited in to one of the biggest cathedrals in the UK.
Thank you, Brian, for putting that link up.
Thank you. And so I filmed inside and outside the cathedral in the UK, and there were certain parts of it that I didn't want to have the Mavic 3 going around for safety reasons. But yeah, no, they're the four that I use, and I use them quite often. So
Yeah, no. You definitely have to have at least two, one and a backup, because you never know when you might crash
yeah,
your
yeah.
drone.
I think
But
also as well as when you're doing live work for clients or client work, and you've got one chance to take that or capture that situation, you need to make sure you've got your backup in your bag just in case that last minute
right,
something happens and
yep,
you can't get around it. So yeah, always got
ex-
your backup ready.
exactly. Yeah. Um, well, while we're talking about that, that might be a good little time to talk about the tip of the week. And have a little format, nothing sophisticated, talking about the tip of the week. And that's just check air control, make sure there's no TFRs in place. You know, a lot of people don't do that. They don't even bother to check. Do you have something like that over in the UK?
Yeah, drone assist.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the thing is, I've been doing this for 2 years now. I'm old school. I get into a routine. I made a mistake once that cost me dearly with a client. We've got a place called the Spinnaker Tower in Portsmouth. It's a massive tower at the top. There's 3 floors, and one's like a nice area with a band, the music, but you're 120 foot up. And I was asked by the client who hired the room to go and film it. So I went out there, the drone, sat outside, hovering. On came ABBA, not the real ABBA. The crowd went up, the lights went out, they're all dancing. And I'm there going, I've got some tremendous footage. And I forgot to press the record button.
Oh yeah, that happens. Happens to
So,
everybody.
so going back to you, so I have a set routine now. When I come home, back up, cloud, clean, charge, put away. Turn up, drone assist. I go out the next day, drone assist, and do it. Yeah, so I just it's a habit now. I think that we should all do that. It takes 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And just to let you know, John Olson subscribed to you. So,
Thank you, guys. Whoever subscribes when I wake up tomorrow morning, I will make sure I sub back. So uh,
and
uh, thank you so much. I appreciate
John
that.
Connecticut Pirate also.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, guys.
but
Much
yeah.
appreciated.
And again, we want to wish Captain Joe get well soon. Wishes. He's been having a hard time. He's in the hospital. He's been in there for almost 2 weeks now, if not 2 weeks. You know, but I think you're on the road to recovery now, Joe. So get well soon, and God bless. Um, so and Michael even subscribed to you. But listen, I just want to take a little time out because John Olson and I flew this. I forget when. I lose track of the days now. I used to be so good at that, you know. But it was either maybe Monday, Saturday. I forget, to be honest with you. Maybe. But
Today's
him and I,
Thursday.
we were flying down in Mount Sinai Harbor here, and little did we know that there was a submerged vehicle out by this boat ramp, and we've flown over this boat ramp dozens of times. But we go there primarily to fly the Osprey nest, and I talk a lot in my videos, so I don't have to narrate. The drone on the landing pad. I'll be flying the Mavic 3 Pro today, but guess who I'm flying with? John Olson. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. Glad to be out here again with you, Captain.
It's a beautiful day, right?
Oh, it's gorgeous out here.
Yeah, yeah. What are you going to be flying today?
I'm doing the Air 2S.
There it is. Take a look at it. Got it all decorated. It's got eyes. It's got teeth.
Yeah, I got that from Paul Warrenberg.
Yeah. All right, let's send them up.
Good enough.
1 point updated. Yeah, that's a tip too, guys. Record your home point. Don't just take off and fly. All right. We're gonna take off. This is such a great place to fly right here. I mean, one of my favorites on Long Island.
That's one of the things that I miss is that when I was in America for so long, I never knew about drones, didn't have a drone. But the places that I went and been and seen, even back in 1985 in the Royal Navy, going through the Caribbean and coming up all across Florida in the warships, the things I could have filmed would have been amazing. But
Connecticut.
Hey ho.
Yeah.
And that small ship off in the distance, and the sound is the Long Island Prairie.
All right, I'm going to jump
As you can
fast
see,
forward a little bit.
this
That's
is
the
town
boat
of
ramp I
Brookhaven
was telling you
boat ramp.
about.
And the day before, they recovered a vehicle that contained human remains. It was a 15-year-old cold case. Great job, Bill McIntosh, of Exploring with a Mission. You can check them out on Facebook.
But we were really there. We were really there to check on the osprey nest. That you fly osprey nests over there at all, John?
Not at all. No, I try and steer clear of wildflower at because I just don't want to disturb the nest. But wasn't it your Facebook page that you were talking about
left in the nest.
search and rescue? Was it search and rescue? There was someone missing? Was that
Yes.
your good self?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
How did that get on? Did you find the person or?
No, it's been over 60 days now. But
Right,
I'm planning on going in tomorrow again. Give it another look. But anyway, I'm going to just go over to the other nest quickly.
Mavic 3 Pro up again.
And there's the other
And
one.
here you can clearly see the babies in the nest.
And again, this is just a tease. If you want to watch the rest of this video, go to my channel. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to it. But anyway, we got Michael, Copper State Aerials in the house now. How you doing, Michael? Good to see you. And I know I missed a lot of comments while we were showing the video, so I apologize, guys. And if there were any questions, did you see any questions for yourself, John?
No. All I'll do is thank the people that have subscribed, and I'll make sure I subscribe back. So, but I don't see any particular points open to me at the moment. But I'm happy to answer any questions about anything in the UK.
Yeah. We have a standard joke about the shrimp and lobster in the back room.
That's cool.
But anyway, let me get to your other. You know what? Let me bring in Michael now, and then we'll go back to the videos a little later too. Because I think he's all out of shrimp and lobster now. So, and he's making faces at me.
It's all gone as well. There you go.
All right. So we'll bring in Michael, then we'll have a joint conversation after I talk to him a little bit.
Howdy, guys. How y'all doing?
Hey, Mike. Hey. Coming to us all the way from Texas.
And I'm out of the shrimp and lobster. It's all gone.
So how you doing, Mike?
Doing good. Having a great day, great weekend coming up here. 4th of July tomorrow, and just enjoying life.
Yeah. That's good. You been flying much?
I've been busy packing and moving. I just moved from Dallas-Fort Worth area to just south of Austin.
Yeah, right.
And,
I know.
It's full of boxes, and I haven't got out a chance to fly in the last 5 or 6 days. I've been carrying the drone with me, but I haven't got out to fly.
Moving is a lot of work. It really is.
Yeah, and I moved my daughter last weekend as well from Katy,
man.
Texas, over to Pearland, which is halfway to about 30 minutes to Galveston.
Yeah. Well, I know when I moved back to this house I'm in now, this was my starter house. And then I moved to the next town, Wading River, for 14 years. But I moved back here because it was going to become my retirement house. I vowed I would never ever move again.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
That's where I look at it.
So listen, Mike, you were flying recently and you had a little incident.
Yeah, I was flying out at I was flying about 10 miles east of a state park in Texas called Dinosaur Valley State Park. It's there's a lot of dinosaur fossils, footprints, and you can walk in them when it's dry, we have the drought season. They even expose even more, and it's been around for quite a few years. Anyway, there's a farm about 10, 12 miles east of there, just open pasture land that they have. The guys put up probably 25, 30 different dinosaur statues, all different types, are anywhere from 15 to 25 feet tall. And I've been wanting to fly that. This is outside of Glenrose, Texas, which is 15 miles from where Chief Wayne lives. And I flew for about 20 minutes and zooming around, getting close and all. And I didn't realize there were some power lines going through the middle of this. And I hit a power line 20 minutes in there. So I'm almost finished. And my Air 3 went down. Air 3S went down.
Oh, man.
And I thought, no big deal. I'll get carried fresh, you know. I drove about 5 minutes down the road, pulled off the parking lot, and contacted for the dairy fresh, and didn't hear anything for a couple of days. And finally, I ended up calling him 2-3 days later. Again, I never could get through to him. It took 45 minutes to an hour. So a day or two later, I decided to just do a chat with him. And my chat lasted about 45 minutes to an hour. It started out, I explained the situation and all, and the person, she came back and said, well, we're out of stock. It'll be 30 to 90 days. And we went back and forth, and I said, well, how can you be out of stock when I understand you may be out of stock in the United States, but people are getting them from Canada. Canada has, and other rest of the world, it's in stock everywhere, so you can't be out of stock.
Right.
That's not the word to use. And she said, well, let me get back with you. She came back and said, well, actually, it's not stock, it's tariffs. And then I went into her. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, okay? I don't complain about much at all. But
yeah.
I said, well, tariffs is, well, tell me, what's the tariff? How much is it? Because I know the tariffs have gone down in price. How much is the tariff? And then she came back and, again, went off to her manager or whatever, came back and said, I really can't tell you that. I don't know that. Not possible. I said, well, what's the problem? We've got DJI. I've been paid for this a year ago, over a year ago. And DJI's not going to honor their commitment. You do have drones in stock.
Right.
In fact, I've seen different people, friends of mine and all, have gotten them across from Canada. And then she came back, talked to her rep, came back again, and then she gave me a third reason. And she said,
Crazy.
well, it's actually not tariffs. It's actually customs. I said, well, what's the problem? You told me 3 different times. Why don't you just tell me up front it was customs? Why tell me it's out of stock when it's not? Then why tell me it's tariff when I can't pay the tariff?
Mm-hmm.
Just give me the truth. Look, I've been a DJI customer for over 10 years. I've been flying drones for 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
And what's the deal? And I said, again, I repeat, I said, I got friends of mine that are getting drones. It may take 2 or 3, 4 weeks through Carrier Fresh, but they're getting them in Canada. They're shipping them in. So what's the problem?
Wow.
She never answered that. And then she came back and she said, and I asked her, I said, I've never been notified. She said, well, we actually did send you a check your email, check your trash mail. I checked that, a list for shipping, location, and the receipts and all that, ship it off.
Yeah.
Because they do not do the premium anymore. You can't just put it on your credit card. They did away with that entirely now, at least in the United States.
Okay.
You have to go the basic, means you pay the $99, which I did for their 3S. They cashed it immediately. It went right through. And then I was waiting for I never heard anything more. Well, she said, we sent it to you. I said, well, resend it again.
Yeah.
And she said, I'll check and see what's happened. And then she came back and said, there's no point in sending it, basically. It said, you need to wait 30 to 60, 90 days to wait again and resubmit.
That's crazy.
Said all it's going to do is slow down the process. I always thought that once you get in the queue, it's first come, first serve. Why would it delay the process by me sending my drone in?
Yeah.
She wouldn't answer that.
Wow.
Went on and it was a 45-minute conversation, went back and forth. But like I said, I got the runaround. First of all, it was, it was stock. Then it was tariff, and then it was customs, and then it wouldn't even send me the receipt to tell me where to send my drone in. Wouldn't even send it.
as it stands today, where are you then with this?
Well, right now,
What's the latest? What's
Today,
the
the
latest?
DJI Refresh. Different people commenting that they're not even selling or honoring any DJI Refresh now, as of a couple of days ago.
Wow.
Now, where I'm at now, there are in Texas. I've been using a drone company in Dallas. They've been around. I've known them for 10, 12 years. But I'm in down near Austin in San Antonio, and I knew there was another DJI distributor in Houston. And I did not want to go to a third. I could go to. There's several companies in San Antonio here near me or Austin, both of them about the same distance. And I've been told, I've read and all that if you used any third party outside of DJI authorized, DJI Refresh becomes null and void. So I didn't want. And there are people that will fix drones.
But they can't.
$50, $100. I didn't want to use a non-party.
This is not good.
What I did, I found out there is another drone company here in Texas I'd forgotten about in San Antonio. So I drove down there yesterday, and the guy's in a class this week, but he's going to call back on Saturday. And it is a DJI authorized reseller, and they do repair drones. The woman there told me that in San Antonio they may have to set it off to DJI. So well, I looked at it better, and I don't think I'm probably better off getting them to fix it because it looks like it's only a $25 rotating ring on the left rear arm or the arm. And Amazon sells them. I can get the rotating ring in 24 hours for $24.
Right.
The arm is $95. It takes about 2 weeks, but they're arms. But I don't know again if even a DJI authorized rep can use those because it may have a different serial number than.
Needless to say, you're very disappointed with DJI.
Find out if they can repair it or not, basically.
But what I don't
He hasn't seen it yet. It's on his desk. So,
but what I don't understand is that you've got a contract with them to do the refresh. They can't fulfill that contract, and they're threatening you. If you go outside that contract, they're going to make it null and void.
Exactly. Now, she even offered to send me back $99. I ignored it for now. Now, I will request that. And I'm going to say, look, I have a contract. I paid for DJI Refresh. It was $175, $190 a year ago. Yeah. And I did question that and send my transcript that I said, what happens if I got to wait 30, 60, 90 days and all of a sudden it's past the DJI Refresh? She did come back and say, well, we'll honor from the time you first initiated the response.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, but still, this is bad business on DJI.
It is.
No doubt about it.
And when I talked to Ron Brown. He had a problem with his drone too recently, and it was more or less a battery. And they told him that go ahead and they worked with him. He talked to him on the phone directly. I gave up on waiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And they ended up working with him, but he doesn't know if it'll be 2 weeks or 6 weeks or 10 weeks.
Well, I hope it gets resolved sooner rather than. Hopefully, it gets resolved sooner rather than later for you, Mike.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll hear Saturday. I'll hear from the guy who called me. He'll be in the office on Saturday to let me know what's going on. And it could be just a 3-hour repair, an hour and a half repair. It'd be better off to be cost-wise to have them do it than to send it off to DJI anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I got this question up from John to John Connecticut Pirate to John. Right. I don't know if you answered it in the chat.
Not yet, no.
He wants to know what drone you fly the most.
At the moment, it's the Mavic 3. Because over the last 5-6 weeks, the jet stream over the UK has been quite prevalent. And we've been having windy days. And although the Mini Pro 4 is fine, it can handle it. But if you want steady Eddie footage and, doing time lapses and that sort of thing, I just stick the big bird up and she'll stay there and she won't move. So we've been getting wind gusts between 25 and 35 miles an hour. So it's just a preference. But if it's stone dead, no wind, whatever, I've got to go close to a cruise ship or a client location or a roof inspection, whatever, the Mini Pro 4 is fine for that. But at the moment, the answer is the Mavic 3.
Yeah, well, I have
a response I want to make to Johnny.
Yeah, go ahead.
Johnny said, why be mad at DJI if it's the U.S. Customs? My point is DJI wasn't truthful with me from the beginning. Why don't they just tell me day one? Why wait 45 minutes to tell me it's customs?
Yeah, true.
Plus, they've been sending other drones have been coming through U.S. Customs. It may take 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. So that's why I'm upset with DJI.
And I guess if they keep giving you different
They
stories,
need to be forward with it, you know.
when do you believe them? When they can how do you know they tell the truth? Or they keep lying to you?
Exactly. That's the reason why I'm upset with DJI for that reason.
Yep. And rightfully so. But anyway, I want to say hello to John, Flying Flynn Media. How you doing, John? He's one of our drone superstars. And always good to see him. And him and his wife will be coming back to the South Florida drone meetup next year. So I look forward to that. And I'm sorry if I missed a lot of questions there, guys, or comments. So if you have any for Mike or John, put them in the chat. I'll definitely try to keep an eye out now. I'm sort of getting caught up now. So, but anyway, Mike, what drones do you have in your fleet now? You're down
I still have my
one Air 3. Yeah.
I still have my Mavic 4 Pro V2.
Yeah.
And I still use it. I got 8 batteries with it. It works great, and multiple 12 or 15 props. Got my Air 4, my Mini 4 Pro. Got my Vada 2, and I got a couple of Neos. I traded one of my I traded my 5-year-old Zemi 2000 XE8, whatever, 2020, for a second Neo. I thought it was a good deal.
Yeah.
And have a drone that's 6 months old versus one that's 5 years, and it's a DJI, and it's a second Neo. Sure, no problem. You know.
Yeah. Well, I know you let me fly your Neo. You were one of the first to let me fly it. And
Right.
I was so nervous, and I flew it like a camera drone.
Well, I tried to get you to fly the Avata 2 years ago, and you wouldn't do it.
No, the Avata scares me.
The original Avata. I do have my Avata 2 as well. I like that. I still fly that.
But then Johnny let me fly it again too on the second day of flying at the meetup, and I felt more comfortable flying that Neo. And that's sort of what I made up my mind then, that I was going to get one. So,
yep.
But
now I'm just waiting for the little 00 Mini.
Yeah,
to come in,
there's a new one coming out, right?
Right, the little mini copter. Something to play with, basically.
I'm looking forward to it. Any week now, I think we're going to get it. So
I think so.
Yeah, and I enjoyed watching Johnny fly his, and you flew it, right?
I've flown Johnny's, and I flew Ken Heron's several years ago.
I flew Ken's when he first had it at Spin Up that 1 year at Spin Up. Yeah, but it's a cool, very unique drone, I think.
Yep. Just the novelty of it. It's really what it is.
Yeah. Let me get back to my format here, guys. I do have a view of it. Well, let me show one of your videos right now, Michael, and then I'm going to show the viewer video of the week.
I haven't posted anything in a while.
This is, yeah. This will bring back memories.
Okay.
You can narrate over it if you want. Is it playing?
This is, where is this?
Spin Up.
Oh, this is Spin Up down in Austin, at Cedar Creek, Cedar Park. Yeah. This is the first year, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. That was a nice.
That was a great venue, I thought.
It was. And we could walk to the hotel. It was great. Perfect.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that you sent the drone up over here, over the building itself, because I remember flying with you that morning at the other end of the lake there, or pond, or whatever you want to call it.
And then they got the Railroad Museum there. You can see on the right-hand side. It's just the end of the track. Oh, no, that's the bridge there, but there's Railroad Museum near it, adjacent as well.
Yeah.
They do give excursions on like twice a week, I think.
But anyway, this is just a tease. If you guys want to watch the rest of that or any more Michael's videos, subscribe to his channel. Texas Arch Drone Guy. And do you post a lot of videos, Michael, or no?
I want to start doing them again. I haven't in several months. I've got a lot to post, basically. All the way back from the Vegas meetup to to the 5, North 5, South Florida.
And I
I've
also
got
got to
several
get.
I'm going to. I'm going to Kent's Minefield 6.0 here 2 weeks
Okay.
before Rhode Island. Flying out there. I've been
Yeah.
out there, I think 2 of the times that I'm going this year, so I'd go.
You like that? That's a.
I
I
do
mean,
like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy going. It's more the camaraderie than the flying, and I'm not that big of
exactly.
a PT flyer. I like Bavado, and I'll be taking my little Neo, and if it crashes, it crashes, But
Yeah, you're right.
I like,
He's got
I like the friendship though, getting together with the guys.
Johnny. Yeah, he's got the meta glasses on. He got me to buy
He
him
does.
too.
Yeah, I've had mine about 2.5 months now, I guess.
Yeah, I finally figured out how to take video and photos with it yesterday. So.
And another friend of ours has ordered them as well now. Mr.
Oh.
Ron Brown.
Oh, he
Ron
bought
Brown.
it. Okay, good.
They're
good,
on the way. He hadn't received them yet.
Good. They're pretty cool, I gotta say. You can answer the telephone calls on them, and
Yep. I just wish the battery would last a little longer. That's all.
yes, right.
I do find that out.
So, hey, we got Lou in the chat. How you doing, Lou? Good to see you. So, and now we'll show that viewer video. So, and that's Michael Boren. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Michael Boren's videos. He came to the first 4 South Florida drone meetups, and he puts out sunset videos just about every day. And here's one of his latest. He does hyperlapses of it, the clouds and the sunset. Very cool, Michael. Very, very nice. Well, anyway, if you're not subscribed to Michael Boren, subscribe to his channel. He doesn't have too many subscribers. He could use a few more. We all could use a few more. So, do you guys do any hyperlapses of sunsets?
I have not.
What I do is I use the I have the Pocket 3 on a tripod, and as the 5 cruise ships leave Southampton, they're on a hyperlapse. So it looks like they're skating on ice. So these cruise ships are all coming out all at once. So I do a lot of hyperlapse from there. I also did the old Mavic 3 of the hyperlapse, all the cruise ships. It's different, I've got a hyperlapse coming out in about a week. I was filming 2 stallions running through the sea. And I did a video last night of the horses coming out of the water. So that's also a hyperlapse coming out. So, yeah, I love it. I think it's quite creative if you get the right movement.
Yeah. I do very few hyperlapses. But I want to tell John that the Oakley meta glasses are out, John. They came out 2 days after I bought mine, but so I don't know anything about the battery life on them. So, but I like the way you film the cruise ships. We try to do that here in the States, down in Miami, and then we'll do it in the Port of Palm Beach, which is a very small port. But you do a lot of the cruise ships, John.
Well, I suppose that I'm very lucky that where I live near Southampton, we've got Cunard, we've got all the head offices in the UK for all the cruise ships. And over the years, Southampton has designed its port to cater for more and more cruise ships. So we've got this little jetty opposite. We're literally 50 meters. So every cruise ship has to come and go in. And the speed is 6 knots. So you've got plenty of time to get out to the cruise ship, take your footage, do some hyperlapse, come back, change your battery for the next one, and you just sit there on a park bench and they just come and go right in front of you. So it's fantastic. So you could have asked for a better place to do that. Otherwise, some places you probably know, you've got a bit of distance to get to it. You've got to think about return to home and wind and all those sort of things
right.
we should be thinking about as pilots. But for where we are, it's just gold. It's gold mine for cruise ships.
Yeah. No. I enjoy filming boats, ships, anything water related. That's my favorite place to fly. Is down by the water. So
same here. To be fair, if you look at the videos I've put out there, you'll see that 70%, if not a bit less, is all to do with water or water related on the coast. Well, why wouldn't it be?
yeah, exactly. Now I have another one of your videos queued up, John, and I think this is it. So you can narrate over this one. It has something to do with that picture behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So Monday this week, I was at Durdle Door at 5:30 in the morning. There's no one there. And the Durdle Door is one of the best attractions in the UK. And I was with somebody from another channel who does a TikTok channel. And he's the guy in the middle there on the board. And that's done by the Avata too, going round and round. So
yeah.
So that was a couple of days ago. That was only posted a few hours ago. Actually, that one. But it's one of my favourite spots, and it's one of it's actually very dangerous. The water there, and what you can't see from that video is the wind shear coming down off the hill, and as it hits all the rocks, it's pushing through that little hole. And if you watch the video for the very first 10 seconds, I know you see very carefully the water, the Avata speeds up because it gets pushed through and spat out at the other side. But yeah, it's a lovely place.
This is some nice flying, really. I'm impressed.
It's more, it is an FPV, but it's cinematic Avata. It's more of a smooth sort of flying.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like Cabo San Lucas. The arches in Cabo San Lucas. Yeah. I have it on my corkboard up here. But I hope to get back there. But anyway, guys, the time flies. I don't know where the time goes. The hour just flies by. But before I forget, I got to also mention this. I have a $20 bill in this envelope here. And this is from John Olson. He says, Ray, I want to sponsor the South Florida Drone Meetup. And there you go. There's this $20. So we're going to add that for the coffee and donuts. So thank you, John. Really. We appreciate it. And then I have a format where I do a contest, and you guys are eligible. You know that. But this month, we're not doing a Amazon gift card. This month, we're doing a landing pad from StartRC, waterproof landing pad. And that's what we did last month. So now is the time to put in your lucky numbers between 1 and 25. And I'll try to keep an eye out. So, and then we'll pick the winner for June. What's the number? No, it's not 29. Oh, I probably missed it. Oh, all right. I did miss it. Okay. All right, guys. Somebody got it. Mickey Mantle's number. Anybody know Mickey Mantle's number? Number 7. And I think Ron Johnson got it first. So, all right. Congratulations, Ron. Your name's going in the hat for next month. this month, I should say. And
Rigged.
and usually, yeah. Who said that? Warren's not in the chat tonight, so who's saying it's rigged?
Or a recount, do we?
Usually I miss it, but I go over the numbers again tomorrow, so I'll double. Oh yeah, Lou got it first. I'm sorry. I'm going back now. Lou got it first. I'm sorry. All right. So sorry, Ron. Lou got it first. But anyway, so now I'm gonna reach in the hat. I got the hat right here for last month, and I'm gonna pick out the winner. See who's gonna get a StartRC landing pad. All right, Alex Escardo, number 6 that week he picked. So congratulations, Alex. I'll get that landing pad out to you. Just get in touch with me. I think I have your address already, though. So, all right, guys. So that's it. Almost a wrap. Like I said, the hour flies by. I want to say thank you both for being on. You were excellent guests. John, now would be the time for you to say your goodbyes. Anything you'd like to promote? Because we didn't even talk about you being on the drone show live.
Yeah, well, I think most people who do know me, they know that I've been on now for about a year. Tony invited me into the drone show live. It's the same as what you do here with the community. We're looking to grow. We've changed a few bits and bobs and new livery and new artwork, and we're reaching out for a few more now. But I think fair play. Thank you for inviting me out here. Yes, there is another drone show on Wednesday night, UK time, which is 8 o'clock. But it's nice meeting new people and getting to know a wider community. I'm still new. I'm still young into it. So I know you guys have been doing it for many years, and I've just got to play catch up. But thank you, and I appreciate the comments, and also I appreciate all the subscribers, which I will reciprocate tomorrow morning.
Thank you. Thank you for being on. I know it's late for you over there in the UK, but I appreciate it, you know.
You're welcome.
So, Mike, now is your time to say your goodbyes. Anything you'd like to promote?
Well, I appreciate you having me on. Enjoyed it. And John, it's nice meeting you. How far are you from Steve Gardner?
About 2 hours. About 2 hours. About 2 hours, yeah.
Well, I've enjoyed meeting with Steve the last 2 years. I spent at South Florida. Got to him pretty good. Enjoyed it. So
And
you need to come too.
Well, I'll check the dates for April. I will definitely check, you know.
Yeah, sounds great. Anyway, enjoyed it. I want to get out and fly some more and post some more.
Good, good. I look forward to seeing you up in Rhode Island, Mike.
Yeah, I know it's a few weeks away. Won't be long.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it. Don't kid yourself.
That's right.
But listen, before we sign off, I do want to show this little video, and I think you'll all enjoy it. And then we'll sign off. And John, you can narrate.
Oh, this is my brand new show reel that came out 4 days ago. It took me 4 weeks to edit the timings. I'm using a typical sort of in and out reveal type of beginning, and it speeds up, and it includes 88 clips from 82 locations I've been to since the day I started. So if anyone wants to find out where I've been, what I've done, you'll see from this video it gets quicker and quicker, and locations around the UK.
I mean, look at this. This is incredible, really.
Thank you. I appreciate those kind words. But as it gets into the video itself, it goes through more and more locations. I guess that's where you see all the cruise ships and locations around the UK.
But I have to say, John, you got so many great places to fly over there.
Yeah, we do, and I appreciate that. When you talk to a lot of people that I know in the US, you know, when you look at this starting up now, it's
And that London Bridge or the Tower Bridge, right? That's the Tower Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's London Townbridge. So, but we've got
Unbelievable.
obviously these
Really.
buildings going back from the 1600s to 1500s. So I appreciate that we do have a lot more that we can capture. So, but yeah, hey,
Yeah.
I'll just thank you for showing that a little bit. I mean, if you want to see where I've been in 18 months, you just sit back and enjoy it.
All right. Well, guys, I got to say thank you to everybody in the chat. Really, I appreciate you tuning in on a Thursday night. You could be doing a lot of other things, but thank you. But just get out there, fly for fun, but most importantly, fly safely. I'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Hopefully, I won't end up in the hospital.
No, you